So rolling back an autoconfig session. So till now we have seen how to run autoconfig in application tier, how to run autoconfig in database tier, and how autoconfig is going to make the changes in the configuration files and all these things, right? So now we will discuss restoring or rolling back an autoconfig session. So by mistake, if you forgot to take backup of a configuration file which you want to copy after running autocomplete. It means, so there are some configuration level changes you have made in one file. Okay, so there is one file, so you have manually updated that configuration file. Okay, so instead of running autoconfig for the previous time, what you have done is, instead of running autoconfig, what you have done is you have manually made some configuration changes to the configuration file directly. Okay, by mistake, by unknowingly, someone has run autoconfig. So how to restore that particular configuration file? So by mistake, and it is by unfortunately you have not taken backup of the existing configuration file. So at this point of time, you don't need to worry. So whenever you are running autoconfig, your autoconfig will take backup of existing configuration files, and they will keep in a location called inst_admin_out. Okay, cd dollar $inst_admin_out. So this is the date where it got created. 3/12/1753. 3/12 means this is date, this is month, this is time. Okay, so under this directory there is a script called restore.sh. If you want, I'll take you to there also. I'll take you to there. cd dollar $inst_top/admin out. Go to any directory. Okay, you open that file. This is just a shell script. Okay, this is just a shell script. See what it is doing. If you run this restore.sh, okay, if you run this restore.sh, so all the backup files will be copied to the original place. Okay, so before that, what it is doing, it is taking backup of original file. Okay, so actually this is the original file, so it is taking backup to this location. Okay, this location. So when you execute this script restore.sh, what happens? Copy backup file to the original file. Okay, so these are the under the same directory, it will take backup and it will keep all the files which it is going to modify. So when you run restore.sh script, backup files will be restored to the original place. Okay, so 213 is taking backup of how many files? 213 files. It means there are how many configuration files? In general, there are 213 configuration files. Okay, but you have to be careful. Your autoconfig not only changes the configuration files, your autoconfig will also change the profile options, and it will also change some database related uh, tables. So you can revert back configuration file level changes, but it's not possible to revert back profile option level changes with the help of restore.sh script. Okay, if you want, you can see, are there any scripts which are related to profile options, which are changing profile options? That is only, there are only changes which are related to configuration files. Next, in database tier also there will be under add Oracle Home Apps Util out. So under context name, so you will be seeing one directory. So that is the directory which contains restore.sh script. So running autoconfig in phase wise, we will not run autoconfig in phase wise. Still, if you want to run autoconfig in individual phase, you can run this. So nothing is there for autoconfig. So whatever the script you are running, so you just have to add run equals to phase name, run equals to inst underscore setup, inst underscore prf, inst underscore. We will in general we will not use until and unless Oracle support says.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Santosh,
So
I have a small question here.
yes,
Like, I think that, I have made a lot of changes to my, database configuration file.
okay.
Okay. The CP file, and, I've been working for a long, like, it has been, 3 months, 4 months. Okay. And later on, I just want those, changes to be, reflected in autoconfig. Do I need to manually go there and, do the changes, or is it like, is there any way that, it goes in the reverse direction? Like from autoconfig, it will update the, all the local configuration files, but, can we do it in the reverse way?
I didn't get you.
See, for example, in httpd.conf, I made changes to the port number. Think that I
Okay.
made it to 8011 8020.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want this to be reverse engineered, that it should go and change in autoconfig file.
What is autoconfig?
So
XML file you're talking?
uh, yeah, that's what context file. I mean to say context file.
Okay.
So I just
Oh,
want
it
that
is not possible. It is not possible. Like your autoconfig will never modify context file. It will only take input from the file. Okay.
it will take input from the context file.
Yeah, and
Yes.
update the configuration.
It will never update the context file. It will only take the input from the context file. First, it will read all the values from the context file generally. Okay.
Okay.
So running autoconfig in parallel mode. So if you are having 5 nodes, so in how many nodes you have to run autoconfig?
If we are having 5 nodes, how many nodes we need to run autoconfig? All the 5 nodes, I guess.
Yes, you have to
Five,
run
six, or seven.
autoconfig for 5 nodes because your XML file is specific to node. It means if you are having 5 nodes, you are having 5 XML files, right?
Yeah.
So that is the way easiest way to keep in mind. Like if you are having different XML files, so then it means that there are different configuration for your different nodes. So there are 5 nodes. You have to run autoconfig for 5 times. So here there are some couple of restrictions for autoconfig. So first you have to run autoconfig last. Okay, so starting you can run autoconfig in any node. So but the last node should be your Apache and Forms node. Okay, the
Which
last
one?
node should
Apache.
be Apache and Forms node. It means if there are 5 nodes, in 5 nodes, 3 nodes will be Apache Forms and 2 nodes will be concurrent managers. Okay, so first you have to start autoconfig in the main node. Okay, concurrent node manager main node, main concurrent manager node, and then you have to run it in the another concurrent manager node, and then you have to run in the Apache Forms node. Okay, so
Okay.
the last one should be your Apache and Forms node because so your autoconfig is going to update one profile option called as uh, some profile option related to the front end URL. So if you run Apache Forms first and if you run concurrent manager next, it is going to update the concurrent manager node information in that particular profile option. So first you have to run concurrent manager autoconfig in concurrent manager node, and then you have to run autoconfig in Apache Forms node, so that the URL value which is related to Apache Forms will be overridden by the existing value. Okay.
So suppose if no Apache and Farm are different server, is that
There is
rule
no.
that Apache and Farm should be in the same node?
Yes, there is a rule that Apache and Forms should be in a same node. So you cannot change Apache and Forms node to two different nodes. They have to be in
Okay.
single node. They are integrated with each other.
Okay. So concurrent will maybe in the different node, but Apache and Farm should be in the same node.
Same node. Yes.
It may have more nodes, but it should, both should be in the same node.
Yes. They may be in the 10 nodes, but those should be in the same node. Okay.
Okay, okay. Right, first we'll run in concurrent, then the Apache and the form node.
Yeah. So still there is an option. There is an option to run autoconfig in parallel mode. Okay. So simply you have to specify hyphen parallel option. So let us think there are 5 nodes. Okay. So each node of autoconfig run may take 20 minutes. So how much time? 1 hour 40 minutes you are losing, right? So to overcome that, so there is a option called as hyphen parallel option. It means, so if you want to run autoconfig parallelly in multiple nodes, then you have to specify this option while running autoconfig. Okay. But generally people will not be doing with this. That is just an option. So if you are having any questions, you can ask me till now before going to another concept.
I guess.
So to customize your autoconfig environment, like first for the particular configuration file, you have to identify the what is the template file. Okay, for that we have given a tool called as addtmpl report.sh. Okay, addtmpl report.sh. So with the help of addtmpl report, we can identify a configuration file for the given template file, and also give a template file for the given configuration file. So I'm saying, so we are having the information of httpd.conf. So what is httpd.conf? It is configuration file, right? So if we have configuration file information, okay, if we have configuration file information, we can see the associated template file further. We can see the associated template file. Okay, I'll show you how. So there is tool called as addtmpl report.sh. Okay, so if you just execute the script, it will show you the syntax. So addtmpl report.sh context file equals to the location of context file, and you can ignore log. Okay, product and all these things you can ignore. So target is nothing but configuration file. So what is autoconfig target file? Autoconfig target file is nothing but the configuration file, right? Yes. The target is nothing but the configuration file. If you're having configuration file information, you can give target equals to the configuration file information. If you are having template file information, you can give template equals to template file path. Okay, so that if you give target file information, it will show you template file information. If you are having template file, it will show you target file. Okay, so in this example, I am having a file called httpd.conf. That is, what is that httpd.conf? It is a configuration file. Okay, so configuration file is nothing but target. For the target, I'll find template file. Okay, see addtmpl report.sh, context file equals to dollar context underscore file. Next, target equals to, in this location I am having my httpd.conf. It will generate a report. If you see the log file, okay, if you open the log file, you can see over here at last. Template file is this for the target configuration file. Okay, so what is our configuration file? httpd.conf. So what is the associated template file with that? httpd underscore conf underscore 1013. So open this. Okay, open the template file in one and open the configuration file in one tab. So if you see, excuse me, see what is this? This is the, what is this? That is the structure of the variable. And see here, you will be seeing, what is this? This is the value. Are you getting the point or not? So s underscore web oracle home underscore oh is the parameter what you have seen in the template file. This is template file. Come here. What is this? This is the value for s underscore web oracle home. Okay. So this value is getting replaced by that parameter, by this parameter. So if you come down, you can understand clearly. See what is server root? For server root, what is the template given? S underscore web oh underscore oh. Come here. This is the configuration file. For server root, what is given? It is taking some value. So from where it is taking this value? From where it is taking this value? It is taking this value from the
Configuration file.
not configuration file, context file.
Oh, sorry, contextual. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
in your template file, okay, in your template file, you will be seeing only the structure of the variables. Okay, means structure of the variables will be seen. So, but the associated values will be seen only in the configuration files. Okay, that is what. So, if you want to make some necessary changes, so if you want to add some more parameter, okay, to this, it means if you want to add some more parameter like this in the configuration file, you have to make necessary changes in the template file. Come to template file location. Okay. So go to template file location. Open that file. Okay. So here you have to make some changes. So by mistake, so this is the template file, right? By mistake, so after making some changes, you have made some changes. So by mistake, so instead of bringing the changes, so it brought a corruption to you. It means the file got corrupted when you made some changes. So what happens? The full file itself will not be useful, right? So to overcome this, what you have to do again?
We have to generate again.
You have to take backup, right?
Mm.
Yes, you
Backup
have
is
to take
important.
backup. So here in your Oracle applications to customize the environment, so there is one more solution provided. So at the template location, okay, see most 90% of the template files will be residing either in fnd top admin template or ad top admin template. Okay, so at your template location, create a directory called custom. mkdir create a directory called custom. Copy the template file. Okay, copy the template file which you want to modify to the directory called as custom. Go to custom. Okay, vi the template file. So here you can add any parameters. Okay, so you can add the same parameter to reflect it back. Instead of sora config home, you can keep any other value. So you can tell me any other parameter. Check from context file any other parameter. So code dump directory. I'm just, this is example, okay? As a sample example, I'm showing this to show you how the values will get reflected. Okay. So in the last line, OHS server admin with this path will be shown in the configuration file. As of now, what is showing? So what is there? There is one line with trusted.conf, right? So I will show you now it with two lines. So for this, you have to make sure one thing. To run autoconfig, your database needs to be up and running. Okay.
Santosh, will it make changes to any important tables?
Yeah, it will make some changes to the database also. I will let you know what are the changes it will make to the database.
Okay.
Okay, I have started database and applications. So what I have done, so can anyone tell me what I have done? So I have
You
checked
made
for the
changes to
template file. Yes, I have checked for the location of the template file with the help of ADTMPL report.sh tool. With the help of the tool for the httpd.conf file, I came to know the template file is in this location. So I went to that location. After going to that location, I created a directory called as custom. Okay. So I copied the template file. Okay. I copied the template file to the directory called custom. So in custom directory, I opened the template file and I have added this line. Okay. OHS server admin with this. Okay. So this value, okay, this value should get reflected in the configuration file.
you make it one server admin one. You can
Here,
OHS server
OHS server admin one.
one. If
So
yeah,
do
one.
you
Otherwise,
see
it
like
will
what
conflict with the.
happens if you keep OHS server admin one over here?
It will create a new parameter. Otherwise, it might get conflicted with the
But do you
existing.
think like do you think s underscore OHS underscore server admin one is there in context file? That parameter is
It
not
will
there in
not.
context file, right?
No, it's not there.
So for this SOHS server admin, it will fetch the value from context file. It will add this value to that and it will replace in the configuration file. So if you keep server admin one over here, what will be added? So the parameter is not there in the context file.
Mm. Yeah, got it. Got it, Santosh. Got it, Santosh.
Okay. I'm running autoconfig. As of now, applications are down. To run autoconfig, your application needs to be down.
Santosh, that the value which you change now, it is not updated in the context file, no?
No, we should not update the context file. No, this is just
Okay,
I'm
but
showing you the example how to
yeah,
see, like whenever we make any changes to the configuration file directly, what happens? For the next auto config run, the changes will be lost, right?
mhm.
So to
Right, right.
if
But
you
yeah, now you done in the custom directory.
yes,
Okay, you copied one template file and you done a changes in the
custom
custom
done.
directory, right?
Yes,
So now I couldn't able to understand how this now you are applying the auto config, no?
yes. So
It is not going to read the template.
first what your auto config will do is it will go to template file location. It
Okay.
will check whether there are any directories with named custom.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So that is the
if there
process.
is any if there is any directory which is named custom, so first it will check for the if it check whether there are any template files are available in the custom. Okay,
Okay.
for the available see there are we have copied the template file to the custom directory, right?
Yeah.
It will check for the versions of the two template files. If the versions
Okay.
of the two template files are same, then it
Mm-hmm.
will generate a configuration file which is related to okay, which is related with respect to the template file which is in custom directory.
Okay. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Because you created custom, no? I mean, I got it's a dummy directory you have created by
No,
the
no,
name
it's
and you
not
are
a
applying.
dummy directory. It's a see if you want to check in any environment, you can go to fnd top admin template.
Okay.
Go to fnd top admin template and check if there is any directory called custom.
Okay. Offended top admin.
If you are on the system, you can check.